Hey guys, I'm Danks564 and this continuation file Let's Play of Shadowrun Hong Kong, and well, I guess let's continue towards the lab, where the what's her name awaits. Probably will give us everything we want for free, without any trouble. That'll surely happen. Is there going to be a fight here? There most definitely will, but we'll get back to it. Oh, weapons locker. Cool. What was the code? 4077. I wish it was still lit. 4077. Okay, cool. What do I have here? A grenade. Does damage and does AP damage. That's cool. Let's give it to... I think to Isabel. Let's put this to the stash. Can we put it to the stash? Or can we do it like this? And stash. Okay. And the pistol. Well, I guess let's put it into the stash. It's not like... Actually, Isabel... No, well, she's full. Yeah, put it to the stash. Oh, or, you know what? We'll take it. I guess. Oh, she cannot equip it. We need more pistol skills. Fine. We don't really need that. Let's move. Oh, who's there? Oh, it's one of the chipped people, I guess. Row upon row of man-sized pods line the walls of this room. Each pod contains a single occupant, man and woman, both bound by restraints. All of them apparently asleep. Well, they're standing. I know. The people in the pods seem almost peaceful in their slumber. They are occasionally twitch and sway, but otherwise remain emotionless. Oh, I think they will open the cells and they will attack us or something like that. Examine the nearest pod. You lean in to get a closer look. The sleeper inside has weathered, craggy features that you've come to associate with the street level living, but he's wearing a surprising amount of chroma for a homeless man. Ugly welts and bruises mottle his skin, and a handful of fresh wounds paint his torso. The incision on the torso is surprisingly neat and clean. A recent surgery, perhaps? On closer inspection, you can see a slim braided cable that stretches from the wall to the sleeping man's daddy jack. Yeah, they will totally wake up. The other end of that cable has been hooked to an nondescript Shawasi device that has been integrated into the pod. Glancing down the line of pods, you see that all of the sleepers are connected to their pods in a similar fashion. Echo, take a look at that. I guess take a look at that. Each pod has one. My guess is that they... Isabel points at the device that one of the sleepers is jacked into. Is that they're jacked into the matrix and being forced to sleep. Like a dream world that shuts down their entire brain functions. Christ, look at them. There's no way they're here by choice. Yeah. This is what they're all about, a corpse like Shawasi. They don't give a shit about metahuman or rights or lives. Nothing says it better than what we're seeing here now. I don't know. Maybe if we leave them, let them out, it might be a distraction or something. If only we could find a way to get them out. Yeah, let's pretend we're all... Oh, holy crap! Who's there? Something clanks nearby. The sound reverberates in the still air, stretching and lengthening into a persistent hum. It sounds a bit like an ambient hum of an air. circulating system, but as you listen, it grows louder. It gradually dawns on you that the noise isn't coming from the walls, but from the pods that protrude from them. Duncan takes a step back, and increasingly darting towards the gun at his side. What the hell is that? There's another loud clank, and you catch a hint of motion in the pod nearest to you. The pod's occupant, a battered troll rigged with chrome, shifts uneasily against his restraints. As you watch those restraints disconnect, the trolls and eyes slide open. I guess the troll's eyes slide open. For American game, there's so many misspells, and his face twists into a hateful snarl. They've got him brainwashed or something. Look into his eyes, Echo. There's nothing going on in there. A monitor near you flickers to life. A nervous-looking Dr. Tang addresses you, eyes darting frantically around the room. I can't allow you enter my lab. There are millions of new yen in research here, and I can't let you threaten it. If you try to get any closer, I'm going to have to stop you. Don't make it this more difficult than it has to be. I'm coming in your lab whether you wanted me or not. I can't let you do that. I can't. She looks through the right to the right just off screen and makes a slicing gesture with her right hand. She hisses to somebody off camera. I give you a signal. Open the doors, damn it! Wake the damn things! The troll peers at you through the red vacant eyes. The doors of his pod slide open, and like a chain reaction, several other pods follow suit. Which ones? I guess that one, because he looks red. There is an explosion of motion from the pods, and subjects contained within charge you like a pack of rabid beasts. Oh, great. Oh. Okay, there's another one. And the troll. And her, okay. We can deal with that, I guess. First of all, let's summon the spirit. Then... well, the spirit can heal as well, that's good. Should we decrease the armor for 3 rounds? Actually, let's do it like this. Increase 1 by 1 movement, okay, and we'll decrease the troll's armor, I guess? Well, they all have the same. Give me a second. Who has... this one has 70 HP. They all have 70 HP. Well, I would expect Troll to have more, but fine. Well, okay, you... why don't you go here? And can you bedazzle the Troll? Lightning Bolt. Chain Lightning... 2 closest characters, and we're closest to him. I don't think I want to do that. Let's do Lightning Bolt on this guy. Okay, the troll is out. That's good. Now, let's reduce armor on, say, this guy. This one has most armor, but if we can strip this guy's armor completely. And can somebody finish him off? Okay, and overclock him, please, and then he'll probably hide somewhere. Come on, Cachet. Kill that guy without armor. Yep, that should be good. Come on. Oh, come on, dismantle the guy. Damn it. And you, Rector. I don't know. Go here for now. I'll get back to it. So, Isabella. Maybe we'll put Isabella down here and should. Nah. Actually, yeah, okay, I think we'll do that. We'll leave the drone and the spirit right in the center. Hopefully they'll outgrow them. Let's try to kill it. Oh, come on. Well, hopefully they'll aggro on them, while we can actually get back somewhere behind here and shoot them. Okay, which one? I think this one, right? She's healing. This one has increased dodge. Let's try to kill this one. Oh, come on. And you strip me armor from this guy and attack her. Okay, that works out fine. Okay, which one can you hit? Well, you can hit the troll, that's for sure, and oh right, we're supporting the spirit, that's why we cannot move. Yeah. Spirit, why don't you strip armor of that one? And we'll get back to him. You... attack this one. Oh, come on. Strip armor from this one, and we'll try to kill him. Ooh, that was nice. You go here, and you can actually shoot, I think. Okay, that was good. I probably should have used her and made like her marked or something, but that's fine. Ooh, nice. Almost dead. Come on. Sweet. Yeah, it would have been nice to let them out, but they're trying to kill us. It's their own fault. Come on. Oh, come on. Hit him once at least. Okay, thank you. You... shoot. And I guess I'll burst fire. Easy. You turn to see Dr. Tang watching the scene from the telecom. Her face visibly pales as the final test subject falls to the floor. She splutters, barely able to form a coherent sentence. All of them? She stares bug-eyed into the camera, her pupils flitting as she takes the carnage on the scene. But there was supposed to be killing machine. Their cyberware was the top of the line. Oh, did I break your toys? They weren't my toys, damn it. They were infallible research subject and the end result of years of research. I know that doesn't mean anything to you, but they were worth more than you can imagine, and to the science that we're doing here. All that time, all that work, flushed down the drain for nothing. I sacrificed those subjects to stop you. You know why? Because you can't be down here. I'm not kidding, you have to turn back the way you came. Look, you have no idea what we're storing down here. How dangerous this place is. Her voice is level, but you can hear her undercurrent of desperation there. You even being here is a huge breach of every lab safety protocol on the books, but you can still turn back. No way, not before, and definitely not now that I've seen what you're doing, don't you? I'm not backing down this job. You heard the woman. We're in this up to our armpits already, and we've got no intention of turning back now. All that you've doing right now is pissing me off. Look, you just don't get it. I work in BSL-4 hot lab. This means that I'm surrounded by aerosoled, lethal, highly infectious pathogens. Her voice comes out in a tight rasp. Literally anything that you find here could kill you. Horribly. Hell, half of the stuff in here could cause a global pandemic if it were to escape quarantine. This is more important than your damn job? Yeah, I don't really care. Well, I might die, but I mean, money. She takes a deep breath and releases it into the mic. Look, I don't expect you to listen to me, but I'm going to say it one last time. It would be in everyone's best interest if you turn back, especially yours. She cuts the transmission and her face winks out across the various screens in the room. Yeah. I've heard it before. What do we have here? Why is it locked? Can we open it? No. I think we might have to get out from this side. That's an escape route or something. Okay, next tram. Oh, nice room. Really nice room. That would be really cool to like have a room like that with a freaking ocean under you. Pretty cool. What do we have here? A terminal. Laboratory Gamma 4 quarantined. Security lockdown engaged. Access level Omega 4 required for entry. Locked. Shouldn't be a problem though. Try the keycard that you picked up, Echo. If I remember correctly, you should have the appropriate credentials. You leave the keycard to the slot, but before you can slide it in, the figure of frightened woman erupts into the scanner screen. Dr. Janet Tang. Oh, come on, woman. I told you before, you can't come in here. Her breath comes in a tight, panic gasps. She's doing her best to stay calm, but she's clearly terrified. I don't like repeating myself, so listen, please. This lab is restricted for a reason. Besides the obvious fact that it's full of deadly contagious, it also contains highly sensitive and very expensive equipment that only trained scientists can handle. You barge in here and mishandle a single vial, and you will, in all likelihood, infect yourself with whatever inside. That would be a disaster, and I mean that quite literally. Well, guess you'd better give me some incentive not to mishandle any vials then. Beads of sweat trace their way down the forehead. Are you joking, or are you just crazy? How many times do I have to tell you what'll happen if you come in here and make mistake? Come on, Doctor. Given the remote access precaution that this labs take, I seriously doubt that exposure is a serious risk. If this is anything like the labs that we had back in Russia, anything that could pose a serious threat is hidden behind rows of negative pressure safety nets and accessible only via remote operated Baldo frames. None, it's settled. Coming through. Okay. There's a spirit here. And there's a doctor here. And what do we have here? Where is the medical room that we have a code for? Did I miss it? Like there's a medical closet code. I probably missed it somewhere. It's empty here. Do we have anything here? Probably there's something inside over there. It looks like there should be something there, but there's no door. Okay, let's get inside. Come on, doctor. Dr. Janet Tang stands firm. She's unnaturally composed given the situation. She stands with her shoulders rigid and her arms crossed. Her two associates shuffle awkwardly behind her, their hands shaking. They look terrified. I told you not to come in here. You shouldn't be in here. She's making a visible effort to keep cool, but the tremor in her voice gives her away. Listen to me. You've made a horrible mistake. One wrong move, and you'll release a God knows what into the room. You're beginning to sound like a broken record, Doc. Tang raises her hand in a calming gesture. Just hear me out. We're all want to walk out here alive. I think that much is obvious. There's no going back now, so my associates and I are willing to cooperate with you to move things along faster. So, this is me cooperating. You will tell me what you want, I'll give it to you. No more arguments. Tell me about the super disease that you're cooking up in here. It has a cure, right? You're talking about the pathogen GT0009 stars 3? I guess that's the one. Tell me about it. I can't, I'm sorry, but all information on G... She cuts herself off. I mean, stars 3 is classified for good reason. It's one of the worst things that we ever produced in this lab. We can't let you... Her eyes fly open. You're not here to take GT0009, aren't you? Please tell me that that isn't what you're here to do. I told you to tell me about the disease. Are you going to do it, or do I force you? No. Remember what we agreed on? You help me and no one gets hurt. Don't go back on your word now. She glances at her associate, both cowering behind her and shaking violently. You can hear one of them murmuring something in the language unknown to you. From the cadence of the words, you'd guess that it's a prayer. She exhales slowly through her breather. Alright, I'll tell you everything I know. SARS-3 is a Category 4 lethal pathogen. It's 99.98% fatal. Pretty good. Excruciatingly painful, and it kills within matters of weeks. As of right now, the only cure is a pathogen antibody treatment. We're still working on fine-tuning it. In case you haven't been paying attention, I'm going to say this one more time. SARS-3 is terrible. It's easily the cruelest, most infectious, and most lethal thing ever to have come out of this lab. I cannot be allowed out into the wild. I want to know more about how SARS-3 kills. This works by replicating and identifying features of white blood cells. It tricks the immune system into ignoring it, and then it self-replicates at the exponential rate. During this early phase, while it's colonizing the body, the patient doesn't experience any overt symptoms. Just a mild temperature and elevated white cell count. That's it. Are you sure you want me to go on? It's pretty gruesome. Yeah, keep it coming. Alright, here we go. Once the virus has thoroughly colonized the host, it begins a devastating attack on the body. It rapidly infects epithelial cells, inserting its own RNA at such tremendous rate that the cell membrane ruptures, spewing cytoplasm and various virions into surrounding cells. By the time the attack has begun, the damage dealt is almost immediately reversible. So what did that got to do with messing up your lungs? The virus induces a hypersensitivity reaction in its host, lungs full with mucus and sputum leading to the hypoxia. Victims drown in their own fluids. We spent a long time developing GT0009. The secret was hybridizing the strands SARS Coronavirus with the third strain of virality induced toxic allergy syndrome. Oh, Vitus. That's why standard treatment won't work. Yeah, it's pretty effective and horrible at the same time. Well, yeah. Don't want to be in, and I told you so, but it's a bioweapon. They don't have much determined value if they aren't horrible. Anyway, there you have it, SARS-3, my baby. I'm not exactly proud of having made it, but yeah. Tell me about the cure. How do we fix somebody who's been exposed? We develop a strain of monolocal antibodies in tandem with the disease. It isn't perfect, but it works. That's the only cure. I was attacked by some test subjects of yours on my way here. Seems like you're experimenting with more than just pathogens. Ah, I suppose there's no withholding information at this point, is there? Nope. You can see the doctor's cheeks pull down as she frowns beneath her mask. She nods her head somberly. The two researchers behind the doctor mimic her gesture, their hands bobbing up and down like a couple of pigeons. They're part of a study called Project Silver Dream. Each subject has had one of our prototype BTL chips implanted inside them. The project aim is to create a perfect switch for sleeper agents and spies, one that can remain undetected by the current scanning and identification technology. As of right now, the project is still in early testing. Our subjects are more often used as testbeds for new cyberware, while the Silver Dream BTL chip is being refined. Since all of our field experiments have only achieved partial success, unfortunately we haven't been able to manage complete control over the subjects. Your run-in with them wasn't an accidental. I'm sure you know by now. It was a hasty decision on my end. You already know why I did it. They were the only thing standing between you and my lab, and I was trying to avoid containment breach. I stand by that decision for what it's worth. Is there a way to disconnect them? Our program runs on the delicate framework. Casual tinkering with the system could be dangerous, not just for our machines, but for the subjects as well. There is a specific order in which they must be released by first disconnecting the matrix interlocks, followed by the supervised override of the SimSense feeds. One wrong move and it could fry the user. If I were to try to recontain the subject right now without help and proper permissions, I'd probably flub it. That would in turn trigger the station's metric defense, which would only make a bad situation worse. Yeah. Could any of the Silver Dream test subjects have been infected with SARS-3? No, no way. There isn't a researcher on this station who would do such a thing. She stops and, if stricken by a thought, wait, Dr. Ngai came to me a couple months ago asking for SARS-3 sample. I didn't think it was unusual at the time. All of us in Gamma 4 need the occasional sample for further studies, but what? As far as I know, I never received his report on that sample. The sample itself was never returned, either. The way that our system works, it's impossible to take or return samples without our computers logging the transaction, which means he either still has it or he used it somehow. The lust of color drains from Tang's face. His numbers were slipping too. We were contacted by the board not long before he requested that sample, but I can't imagine that he'd be desperate enough to use it in such a risky and uncontrolled environment as on the subjects, on such valuable subjects. But I have considered that it is possible. And what about the facility? Can it really keep your project safely inside? I want details. Well, nothing ever completely foolproof, but any project as sensitive as ours requires a lot of very careful controls and strict adherence to procedure. Shiwase is very strict about safety for obvious reason. Well, it didn't keep us out. Reducing the number of potential exposure is one way we've prepared for an outbreak scenario. We ran on a skeleton crew, maybe 200 workers at the most. As you can imagine, living down here for long periods can be difficult, and people rarely acclimate enough to last more than a couple of months. To prevent our project from suffering, Shiwase cycles its employees out every 14 weeks. That's a pretty damn long time, and there are no break days while working the underwater cycle, but we're greatly compensated during our off month. Still, people find a way to get bored, so why not try to keep anyone on the staff that we're... So we try not to keep anyone on the staff we don't need. Most of our security is and menial labor is handled by the drones. We'll still have few flesh and blood security personnel. I think Commander Gara has been down here longer than anybody, but mostly it's all drones and blue coral workers. This can be why you broke into my lab. I guess I understand how you might be curious about an underwater laboratory, but I don't know all that much really on what I've told you. You know, those test subjects look a little pale, maybe even sick. Do you think? You can't be serious. If they were infected, then no, you should be fine. It takes more exposure than shared space. If you had prolonged exposure, maybe, but no. The risk is 1 in a million. You're fine. Well, thanks. I've heard enough. Now there's just the matter of what to do with you and your team. Wait, just wait. Before you do anything, please listen. We aren't bad people. We're just scientists. We're assigned to a dreadful task, and who did what they had to do to keep their jobs. What kind of things happen to that kind of things happen to everybody? I'll bet it's even happened to you. Please don't hold our professionalism against us. Let us go, and maybe we can do something good out there for a different corporation. Don't kill us. Yeah, sure. There's no point in actually killing them. I'm not like you, Doc. I don't kill unless I have to. And I don't make excuses for myself when I do. Now, take your men and get out of here. I don't know what to say. I didn't think you'd... Thank you for sparing us. I won't forget this. Well, you'd better not forget this. Not much else we could have gotten from them anyway. Let's get out here with the sterilization countdown, the silver dream thugs on our heels, and the disease that might be loose around here. We'd better start hauling ass back to the subway. Our client requested a cure. It should be somewhere within this laboratory, likely under heavy guard, based on the information Dr. Janet provided us. The flashing light of a nearby console catches your eye. With a static click, a handful of monitors mounted around the lab display an unfamiliar face. Commander Gara. Attention all staff, this is Commander Gara. I've ordered a code red security lockdown due to facility infiltration. All personnel should be cease working and report to the safe rooms. Sector 9 immediately. The instruction has the intrusion has compromised our operation, which has triggered a sterilization sweep. In 30 minutes, a squadron of drones will deoxygenate the premises to prevent the escape of the loose pathogen. Deoxygenate. Oh, great. If you haven't reported to the Sector 9 by that time, you won't survive the sweep. Oh, great. They will suck the oxygen out. A siren blares over the intercoms as the lab's monitors replace Commander Gara's heart features with the countdown timers. Movements later, a computer-generated voice activates. Metric system wipe installed. Sterilization system on standby. All personnel report to Sector 9. I doubt they could spell it out for us any more than they already have. We stay, we die. Their sector commanders will no doubt have localized overrides For the trams, we'll need to eliminate them to escape. That will do. Okay, so sorry about that. Had a phone call. Need to take that. Let's not die. But what about those test subjects? They didn't choose the fate. Shuwasi made that decision for them. So should we lock them up or set them free? Your call, Echo. Once the Matrix lockdown is in place, we won't have access to the necessary systems. Every computer in the lab will be encrypted to hell and back. If we're going to free them or lock them, the pods down, we need to do it before the timer's up. Well, we'll probably leave them as is. And oh, that's a nice bunch of people here. Oh, and they're coming from here as well, you bastards. Okay, you know what, guys, I think I'll make a cut here and we'll continue in the next episode. Thank you for watching, hopefully you enjoyed it, and goodbye.